Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting edition of Omnibros Live on a Monday night. It's your boy Gio here telling you all that the Inhumans do, in fact, need an omnibus. I need more people championing this cause, please. It just can't be me. But regardless, we're not here for that at the moment. We're here to hang out with all of you wonderful people out there. And I'm not doing it alone. We got Comics Guide with us tonight. How you doing, brother?
Hello, it's Monday. Goodness, yeah, Monday.
Start of the week. I like Mondays. They're fun for me. I don't know.
You're a Monday guy? Oh man, no.
Yeah, it's not like you're hyped up. It's the start of a. I like the weekdays or weeknights instead of the weekends, and so it's like I'm pumped up. Everybody's like working. We're all like exhausted together.
True.
And now everybody's just chilling, watching us, plus the stream and that whole dynamic. I like it. I don't know. That's just me.
Are you a morning person or a night owl?
Both and none at the same time. I'm weird. But I usually wake up like at 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
And it's not good that I go to bed at midnight. I should go earlier, but whatever.
Oh, I could not do that, man. No, I'm definitely a morning person. I'm usually up about 4:30. That's kind of. I know the entrepreneur bros online are like, you need to wake up at 4:30 in the morning and all that. Those stupid videos and stuff like that. At this point, those motivational and entrepreneur bro videos, I just cringe at them. Like, God, these are so.
Oh yeah, and it's usually people that have a lot of money that are giving out that advice.
Over a Hans Zimmer score from Inception.
Yes,
something like that.
Oversaturated colors.
Yeah,
and like super blown out with grain and stuff. Like, damn. Okay.
Oh my God, that stuff is so fucking cringy at this point. You know what is not cringy though?
Ooh, I know where that's going. Our wonderful sponsor, InStockTrades.com, your home for all things collected editions. You get your omnibus, trade paperbacks, hardcovers, manga, and so much more for great discounted prices that range from 42 to 50, 60, 70% off. It's crazy over there. You got to check it out at InStockTrades.com. Your, again, home for collected editions. If you make an order of $50 or more in the US, you get free shipping. And there's that loyalty discount that adds an extra 2% discount if you make it on a week-by-week basis. Great packaging, wonderful customer service. That's when you go to InStockTrades.com, our wonderful sponsor here on the Omnibus Collectors Network. Let's highlight the page real quick to take a look at the deals of the week that are going to be changing tomorrow at noon Eastern Standard Time. So this is your final warning. If you really, really, really want that 0-hour Crisis in Time, get it at 50% off. Don't get it at any other price. And of course, you got some manga action with Cat Gamer Volume 4, and these Marvel books here with the 2-in-1 Marvel Masterworks, 46% off. You got Radiant Black Volume 5 from Image at 50% off. Some of the new releases, which are going to change. Look at that. Pretty timely with Dune. The Dune hardcover. The comic adaptation. And of course, the top sellers, as you can see, Death Metal climbed all the way to number 2. And the Question Omnibus hanging strong, beating out everybody else. Not even ROM could touch it. And apparently this thing sold really well. Look at that. It made the list right there at the bottom.
Wow.
The 0-hour Omnibus. You got the Ultimate X-Men Omnibus. That's pretty fun. I like that one. Rat Queens. Lots to choose from, including the death of the man spider dude. Spoilers. Sorry.
Oh, geez. I still get shit for that.
And yeah, a bunch of great books. Go check them out. InStockTrades.com.
Cat plus Gamers. That seems fun.
That has won awards because it's like really nicely written and like wholesome and stuff, but I've not read it. Riley has it, but I haven't checked it out yet. So you can ask him if you want.
Oh, all right. So back to work.
This is very important. Sorry. Thank you, Kane. Don't forget to hit the like button. Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yes, please. It's always grateful. And if you want to help us out even more, patreon.com/Omnibros Live. Guys, diapers are expensive, okay? Baby formula is expensive. We've got expensive hobbies, Okay, this Patreon helps us out. It helps me and Gabe out. We're the ones that do the Patreon show on Saturdays. We have to coordinate to do a Patreon show pretty soon. It's probably not going to be this weekend because I'm swamped this weekend. Most likely it'll be next weekend. And yeah, patreon.com is the campfire. We end up having a whole lot of fun. We talk about topics we can't talk about here. We have guests that pop in. So if you have ever wanted to kind of talk with us one-on-one, that's your chance because we send you all a link and you can join us, kind of like how I'm speaking with Gio right now. And we kind of shoot the shit for about an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, however long it goes. And it's always a good time. Not only that, Gabe archives all the old videos. So there is literally hours of content from your favorite or this mostly select Omnibros on the Patreon that you have not seen. So it's super fun, guys. We appreciate all of you that are patrons. And really, we don't ask much. $5 a month. That's really the most that we ask for. So a couple.
Nice. Go ahead. Go do it, gang. Go check it out. Some solid releases this week. We're going to go over that in a bit. Yes, there's some good stuff coming out. Bob Fisher. You loved Dune 2. Seen it twice. Wow. That's 6 hours? Damn.
I have not seen it yet. I've read the book, so I know what happens. So I'm like, I want to rush out and see it, but at the same time, people.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to carve out some 3 hours, maybe sometime this weekend, to try and go see it. But no promises.
Yeah, I know vaguely what happens. I've not read the books, but it's all over TikTok with people like, now you got to read Dune and the sequels and blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, okay, now I know what happens in the other books, so okay, I can put two and two together. So
here's the thing about Dune. The first book, classic, legendary book, influenced so many things. Second book, solid, continues the story of Paul Atreides. Then the rest of them, it starts getting a little dicey. It starts, from what I've heard, the other ones are this guy turns into a worm? Like, what's going on?
I saw the cover for that. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, it gets really weird. The thing is with Dune is that it's, I love, oh my God, I love seeing the reactions online of people going, man, Paul Atreides is so awesome. I'd die for that dude. He's so cool and stuff. And I'm like, you guys missed the entire point of the movie and the books. Because Paul is not your savior. He is no. That's
Rodimus,
kind of
thank you for joining. Rodimus, unfortunately, our leading voice in our leading Hispanic voice in comics is not here. Spending some quality time with the fam. So, but he will be back on Wednesday. So we look forward to your Spanish lessons, along with your continued presence in the chat, of course. But just wanted a heads up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. This is very important. Daylight savings time. Turn your clocks forward on March 9th. So that would be this Saturday.
Oh.
So that means we don't observe it, but now I'm going to have the same time as the East Coast. So it sucks because now I got to remember to do the show early for me because right now it's 9 p.m. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we line up now. We're back on schedule with you.
Yeah. And it lasts for a really long time, up until middle of November or first week of November. So
I wish we'd get rid of it at this point, honestly.
It serves no purpose because people work in they do nighttime shifts, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. At this point, I think there was legislation that they've tried to pass it, but I'm not entirely sure how that worked out. And please, can we just end it already? I'm so tired of this daylight saving stuff.
Hey, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Ask us anything, and we will try our best to answer it. I will second the call for an Inhumans Omnibus. Yes. Beacons have been lit. Let's go. Leonard, what's up?
You're getting quite a following on the Inhumans Omnibus. You're building up a legion.
I'm excited. I need more people on there. This because we were talking about the nighttime. I am a night owl, though sadly I can't stay up past 11 these days. Getting older is not always good. I've always been a fan of like doing something boring at like 1 in the morning, and everything's super quiet. There's nothing happening, and it's just you with your thoughts.
Yeah.
That can be scary for some people, but for me, I find it kind of comforting and therapeutic. So I'll like pop the game on the Switch and I'll play with minimum volume, and I'll just sit there quietly and just relax. Like there's no pressure of the outside world, so it's just me in that one specific moment. But as you get older, that one moment is like 5 minutes because the rest of that hour I'm asleep. So,
oh man, no, you're kind of preaching to the choir because I love having my quiet moments, but family, 1-year-old, they're few and far in between. So sometimes the wife will go to bed, I finish up in the shower, I come back out, and I just kind of relax and just lay on the couch for a few minutes and read a little bit, and I go, okay, now I can go to bed. Kind of that downshift, man. I rarely get a chance for that downshift because my day is so, especially on days that we do the streaming. What's up, Gabe? On days that we do streaming, because I get up at 4:30. I kind of try to make a little bit of time for myself. It doesn't always happen, and then I get ready for work, go to work, come home, do a workout. Sometimes try to cook dinner, and then it's streaming, and before I know it, 10 o'clock at night, it's almost time to go to bed. I'm like, oh man, those Monday and Wednesdays are kind of a grind for me at times, but it's fun.
It's fun. Gabe, we were talking about being a night owl or a morning person. Where do you fit in all this?
I'm a morning person. I've always been somebody that just gets up super, especially as a kid. Like I'd get up so I could watch TV. Like all I cared about was watching TV as a kid. These days, I mean, I used to be a night owl when I was like a little bit younger, out on my own, had my own job, my own place, things like that. And I would go out and party and clubs and things like that. But now with kids that get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, 4:30 sometimes, I can't be staying up too late because then I get no sleep. Because once they're up, the whole house is up.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining. Hey, Omnibros, how are you doing? Doing well. Thank you so much.
Good.
I miss the good old days. I'd be able to just stay up, party all night, and just pull an all-nighter and go to work. Like, no problem.
That was when you worked at the restaurant, right?
That was like when I worked at restaurants. That's when I worked at PlayStation. Like, most of my 20s and like 30s was that.
Yeah, you'd go party with the same people you worked at, and you'd all show up the next day just messed up. The same people.
Especially when I was working in the casino, because I'd walk out with, $100, couple $100 a night.
Yep.
Yeah, let's just go out and party. Who cares? I'll blow all this tonight. I'll just make it again tomorrow. Whatever. Let's go. We get out of work like at 10 o'clock. We'll pregame it for a little bit. Make it at the club like at 11, 11:30. Bar hop all night, whatever the case might be. Forget it. Let's just go back to work in the morning.
Jesus, Larry.
Let's see.
Yeah, Larry.
I'm catching up to the chat. Hold on.
What happened? Larry says Monday through Thursday I have to get up at 3 a.m. for my crappy day job. Oh man.
Oh, ouch.
That's tough. What time do you get out? Maybe he starts at 5, I would assume.
Yeah. Chris, everybody, thank you for joining. Appreciate it. You guys are chatting it up, catching up. Hold on. True Graphic Novel, G, I think you'll be pleased to know that I now have up to volume 10 of the deluxe editions for Berserk.
Ooh.
Heck yes, let's go.
Let's go, man.
Nice.
Have you read it so far? True Graphic Novel?
I think True Graphic said she was in volume 3 or 4 or 5. I don't know.
All right.
Let us know. True Graphic.
There's a certain point, if you haven't read it before, there's a certain point where if you need a hug, let us know.
Yeah. Finally, I can see stuff 1 hour earlier. Yeah. Dune 2 is friggin' awesome. Super Lampard is a Patreon. Cool. Just got Bug,
Thank
The
you.
Adventures of Forager by Mike, Laura, and Lee Allred. It's not all read yet.
Nice. Well, thanks a lot for being a part of the Patreon. Me and Lou will figure out what we're doing for March pretty soon.
Yeah. We appreciate you, man.
Inhumans Omnibus should top the Tiger Eyes list. Hopefully, it will get my vote. Let me know how I can vote in that, please. I don't know Tiger Eyes, but I do know the Eye of the Tiger, though, so I can. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that, but let me know. I can vote.
Here's something real quick. Rocky 1 or Rocky 4?
Rocky 1. I like seeing him more as the underdog building himself.
Rocky 1. 4 is just like good fast food sports movie.
Okay.
Rocky 4 is just murder porn.
I love Ivan Drago, though.
I mean, they're both great, so. But yeah, I would rather watch the first one.
Is the first one the best of the series? Because I think there's a case to be made for Rocky 3.
I would have to rewatch. I don't know.
Are we counting Creed?
Oh, Creed is really good.
Creed's good. Creed 2 is good. Creed 3 is shit.
I've only seen the first Creed.
Creed 3, yeah. Creed 3 was kind of a little bit disappointing.
Dude, those fight scenes were the worst fight scenes I've ever seen in my life.
It was based off of an anime.
It's dumb. It was literally just like
Creed 3. I like Creed 3 actually over Creed 2 because Creed 2, I think they could have done a lot more with the Drago story.
Mm-hmm.
There is a story there. There is an Ivan Drago story with his son and seeking redemption and stuff like that, and they don't do it. And I'm kind of hoping at some point they revisit it. There was rumors of, hey, we're going to do a Drago movie, but I don't know what happened with that and stuff. There is a really competent and good story that could be told there. But fuck, Creed 1 was so good.
Creed 1's fantastic. Like
Yeah.
I went in there just thinking like, all right, whatever. We'll see what happens here, you know. And it's great. I mean, it adds to the backstory. It doesn't take anything away by adding an additional backstory to it. It's really so good.
It's really good. Rocky Balboa is really good too. I think Rocky Balboa kind of gets forgotten in that. It's got that speech. We were talking about motivational videos. It's got that speech about like when where he's talking to his son and everything like that. And
that was a fun one. I like that.
Yeah.
Here's a comics question, gentlemen. Ultimate X-Men Omnis, are they worth getting? What's the premise? Thank you.
I think Gabe could answer that better than I could.
I love Ultimate X-Men when it was coming out. It's really no premise to it. It's just another X-Men story. You know, it's
alternate reality. You don't need to worry about the 616 stuff. Go in blind and enjoy it.
It's a little bit more comparatively to what was going on in the late 90s, early 2000s of X-Men. I think maybe even now, probably. But it's a lot more. Here's these words we always love to use. It's a lot more dark and gritty. It's the Ultimate Universe, so characters are not the same. Like Wolverine is working for Magneto as like a hitman or like a mercenary kind of thing, if I remember correct.
Just know that people are going to behave very differently.
Yeah.
So don't try and compare it because you're going to be disappointed. Just keep in mind it's an alternate reality. Everybody's different.
It's great though. Like if you just love X-Men stories, like I think you can't go wrong with at least the first like 30 to 40 issues of Ultimate X-Men.
Yeah, that first omnibus I do recommend. The second one, 50-50.
Yeah, I mean it's Mark Miller and Adam Kubert. Like that's top-notch stuff.
Yeah.
Where would you say it kind of falls off the rails a little bit?
Kirkman.
Yeah.
And doesn't recover after that?
It had interesting ideas for the arcs, but I thought they were poorly executed as the run went along.
Okay. Because
like the concept behind the Ultimate Phoenix was interesting, but it didn't do anything for me. But I liked, without spoiling things, Cable does show up. I personally enjoyed the reveal of Ultimate Cable. Some people hated it on the internet. I thought it was fine, but it just gets like meh as it continues up until it crosses over with Ultimate Fantastic Four, which I thought was pretty weak too.
That was all doing the ultimatum stuff and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, I think you've said it before. If not, it needs to go on record. Kirkman's Marvel stuff sucks.
Yeah. Kirkman really hit a home run with Walking Dead and Invincible.
I mean, outside of, let me take it back. Marvel Zombies is cool, but like Irredeemable Ant-Man, Ultimate X-Men, goddamn, what else did he write? I can't think of anything else, but all of his Marvel stuff was very just kind of lack. Because I think he's just one of those creators that just like, I can't work in a box. Like I can't follow parameters. I can't work, with my legs cut off with only half the stuff I can do, and I have to get permission for everything or any of that kind of stuff, right?
Right.
But man, his stuff is whack, dude. I was so pumped because everybody told me Irredeemable Ant-Man is supposed to be amazing, and I picked up that little, like it's like a manga-sized trade paperback, and oh man, that was just, it was whatever.
It was not good.
Disappointing. Overall disappointing. Yeah, I happen to agree with you. I think Kirkman is one of those guys that, hey, there are certain people that they just write their best stuff away from the big two.
Yeah.
You could make a case that Brubaker is one of those guys, that all the stuff that he's been writing since he left the big two has been stellar work. I mean, his Captain America run is amazing. His Gotham Central, amazing. But man, my favorite stuff of Brubaker has been what he's been doing in the last few years is Fatale, the Fade Out, things like that. Just so good. His independent stuff is so much fun.
Here's a comment for you, Lou. I just got my first shaker of Tahini after hearing you talk about it last week.
Nice. What do you think about it, though?
And Bob, what do you think of Savage Dragon so far?
He's reading that. He's reading Savage Dragon? Cool.
He's reading Savage Dragon. I was talking about it last week, and he picked up the archives. Or
That's
one of
awesome.
the archives.
That's awesome.
But with Ultimate X or anything Ultimate, I'll go on record, and this is my own views are my own, not necessarily the rest of the Omnibros.
Yes.
All the Ultimate stuff is fantastic. It's really good up to a certain point, especially when it turns into like Ultimate Comics, Ultimate whatever. Like when they add the extra stuff to the title, that's when it's completely downhill nonsense.
Yeah. I prefer Ultimate Fantastic Four over X-Men, so I'm hoping they put out an omnibus for that. I have the oversized hardcovers, but it'd be great for people that don't have them. So I hope that gets announced.
I think we're gonna get a hurricane of Fantastic Four everything pretty soon.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're gonna be.
Yeah. Everybody's gonna be like, Fantastic Four is my favorite characters. I'm like, yeah, right. Where were you 10 years ago?
How long before Reed Richards looked like Pedro Pascal in the comics?
Oh, it's already happening. I guarantee it. It's already happening.
How
they're giving him that like that scummy I can't grow a full beard probably.
I have that. I own it. Yeah. Okay. It's fine. No.
Does being awake after one make me a morning person? Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna call it now. They're going to replace the current Reed Richards with an alternate universe Reed Richards, and that'll be your new Reed Richards, and he'll look just like Pedro Pascal
for a good while.
How long before they set the Fantastic Four comics back into the 60s?
Oh, man.
Right. Or they do like a graphic novel standalone thing, reimagined in the 60s or whatever.
It's just a matter of time. I mean, look, Star-Lord did not look like Star-Lord at all. If you go back to those Annihilation comics and you look at the Star-Lord, then you're going to look at him and go, what the fuck is this guy? He's got a robotic eye. He doesn't really match the Star-Lord I know.
Well, he was in that one-piece suit for a while that had like the weird, like kind of like yellow visor.
Yeah. Drax is not a highly literal Worf, basically. Drax is coherent. He's super intelligent.
He's not semi-autistic feeling.
Pretty much, yeah.
I do like comic book Groot because at first he's like freaking royalty the way he speaks.
Oh, William Lee. I can't wait for every comic channel to say they always love the Fantastic Four, but we all know only Gabe will be telling the truth. That's so true. Gabe, listen, Gabe up here has gone to bat for the Fantastic Four for years.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Before all this.
Since the beginning when you started on this live stream.
Yeah, definitely. I know I talked about Fantastic Four from the get-go.
Gabe was in this from the trenches. He's been through the good, the bad, the times where Marvel wasn't even publishing the Fantastic Four anymore. You know, he's been through it all.
True Graphic is rereading Berserk. There we go.
Oh, nice.
Why would you reread? Well, I mean, I know why you would reread, but man, because to go through that pain again.
I think because it's getting the deluxe hardcovers for the first time, so you do the reread and stuff.
Yeah, you get the bigger artwork.
Kenny,
last time True Graphic Novel read it, it might have been a while.
Yeah.
I'm with Geo. Inhumans need more Omnis. Same goes for Superman. There you go. Sure.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be getting a lot of Superman stuff in the next year.
We'll see. I still don't trust or have faith or whatever in DC and their publishing schedules.
I think they're gonna market the fuck out of that movie. You're gonna be seeing Superman T-shirts like it's the 70s again. Like
I'm sure, but that's T-shirts.
Huh?
That's T-shirts though, like pop culture stuff. T-shirts and pops and socks that have capes on them, like all that stupid stuff. I'm gonna see some comic book stuff. I'm gonna see the Triangle Years get collected.
Man, I'm honestly excited for the Superman merch because I like the new logo. It reminds me of the Kingdom Come logo, and the shirts that are going to come out are going to be pretty badass. I'm looking forward to that.
That reveal wasn't the real reveal of the suit.
Was it? No, James Gunn No, I know what you're talking about. That photo was fake, but James Gunn did post on his Instagram the logo and the chest.
Yeah, like the name tags that they had and stuff.
Yeah, that's real. But no, the reveal of the suit, we still haven't seen the official suit yet.
Did any of the previous FF movies make an impact on the comics?
No. Not that I can think of. I don't think anything from those movies transitioned over to the comic books.
Yeah. If anything,
they didn't really start that until like the MCU stuff, really.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, and here's Bob's comment about Savage Dragon, which you asked earlier.
I like Savage Dragon. I wish these Comixology archives were in color. It seems fun. Savage Dragon has some super preachy monologues, but I like the art and the straightforward narrative. Yep. That's right. Those archives in general were always black and white. But yeah, I mean, keep reading it, dude. It's great fun. I read the first 40 issues so far. And once you get into like the 30s, it really starts to get really fun. Because like Hellboy shows up, the Max shows up. The early 30s, he gets sent to hell, and the devil and God fight one another.
Oh, God. What the hell?
That's great. And God goes, "Don't fuck with God."
Oh wow. What is your favorite FF run, Gabe?
The Tom DeFalco,
Nice.
Paul Ryan stuff. That's the stuff that they've been putting on Epics lately. It's difficult. It's great, but it's difficult because it's continually escalating. It continues to escalate over and over. It keeps running up itself. Like, oh, how did they top this? What's going to happen next? Whoa, this just happened. This is crazy. There's no room to breathe is the only thing with that run. It's just, I'm watching The Shield right now, and it's the same way where it's just like, I can't handle what's going on. What's happening next? Like, why would you do that? Like, this is too much. I need to get up and take a walk around the house real fast, like one of those things.
It just builds up. It constantly just keeps hitting you with new stuff. Cool.
Labruski, how do you guys remember plot points and certain arcs in comics? I'll read something, and a month later, I barely could give a synopsis.
Here's the thing. For me, I read a lot of stuff, just in general. If it doesn't stick out to me in my head, then that means I probably wasn't that great. Because I think key moments will stick with you. For example, the first time you read Kingdom Come and that whole fight with Magog and how that plays out and everything like that. Those are really cool moments, and certain images, because comics are a visual medium, certain images will stick with you always. Uncanny X-Force, the shot where Phantom X is like, you guys are fucking around. I'm done. I'm done playing with this. And he shoots who he shoots is always going to be stuck in the back of my head, because I just remember where I was reading it and just dropped the book and went, holy shit, he really did that. The new X-Men, again, Grant Morrison, first issue. We're going to blow up the X-Men's home island.
We're going to blow up Genosha.
Yeah, gone. Just blow it all up. So stuff like that, it really sticks out. And those are big moments and of crucial runs. If the run is really special, I'll remember most of it.
And I think that's the problem these days. Is a lot of stuff, it's not memorable for whatever reason it might be, and everybody probably has their own kind of attachments. But the stuff that we're able to remember is the stuff that's great, and it sticks with us.
Yeah.
Like, I'll say this. I got a bad memory sometimes, but I got really good recall. Like, I could pull nonsense comic book, information out of my ass. But I can't tell you, what pants I wore the other day, right? But that's with comics. It's just like you were saying, Lou, if it's not memorable, and that's been my problem with comic books lately, is not every issue moves the story. There is not an anchor to every issue that you read, where it's like, wow, this happened. Like I could go through Savage Dragon. I'm reading Savage Dragon right now. And I can tell you, oh, this happened. Or, oh, this issue, this happens. This issue, this happens. This issue, this happens. Because it's well enough put together that every issue there is that anchor moment. There is something that moves the story along. There's a cliffhanger, whatever the case might be. But like random issues of X-Men or some Batman stuff where it's all like, all right, I read it. I read this issue and it was really decompressed. They kind of just talked about what happened last issue.
Yeah.
It's a lot of that. So I think maybe I guess it might be just whatever Labruski's reading, but that's been my experience and why I don't really hold on to a lot of the newer information of things, because not a lot of stuff happens. I could tell you like the overall synopsis of like a 6-issue story arc, because that's how things are written these days. And that's the pace that stories move at. But the stuff that I've been enjoying, the stuff I've always enjoyed, whereas every issue there's some kind of moment that helps you kind of bring it up.
There you go.
I think it's also a time and place thing. Certain things will stand out to you, depending on where you are in your life and when you're reading it and things like that. I will always remember my first read, of Sandman. Because that book, I was just fresh out of college and everybody's talking about, man, you need to read Sandman, you need to read Sandman. And I just read through and I blasted through those absolutes that were out at the time. And I was obsessed with the material and the content and all the stuff he was referencing. I still think his, the dream one, it's a Shakespearean play.
Hold on.
I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head right now. I'm blanking on it. I think
I know what you mean. It's the
A Midsummer Night's Dream. Is that what it is?
Is it midnight?
Is that what it is?
Somebody in the chat will.
Where you've got Puck and you've got all these characters and they interact with Dream and everything. I thought that was brilliant. I think Ramadan, the issue involving Ramadan and Sandman, is absolutely incredible. Oh man. Yeah, there's a lot of factors that play into it. But for me, it's if it's memorable. If it's memorable, then because we read a lot of stuff. And a lot of stuff just gets kind of thrown into the back burner. I'm like, okay, well maybe one day I'll pull that out. But there are full weeks where I will come on this show and I've read a whole stack of stuff and nothing sticks out at me. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't really have anything to talk about.
I'm sure that happens to everybody where you catch yourself reading the book and you find yourself just kind of like cruising through it, right? You're not really quite focusing on it or paying attention. It's not because you got other stuff going on. You're just like, nothing's happening here. All right, blah, blah, blah. Oh, man, all of a sudden now I'm 4 pages ahead. I didn't realize what happened.
Yeah.
Nothing's going on.
Also, it helps to have more people to talk about these things with, so you can.
Yeah,
it helps retain. Helps you retain the information.
That's what's fun about this show is being able to talk to everybody about books. Because that used to be comic book stores, and I don't see a lot of comic book stores like that much anymore. You kind of just sit around and talk about comics. Everybody's putting in their favorite Fantastic Four runs in the chat. That's great.
Do you miss it? The comic book store monthly warriors and talking to them and stuff?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's some of the best stuff about working in a comic book store.
Yeah, I would imagine. And you not only that, you make relationships with your customers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's cool to be able to shoot the shit with somebody about this.
Yeah, you get really connected with the regulars. They bring you Christmas cards. They bring you coffee sometimes on Wednesdays.
That's cool.
Larry, favorite FF runs. That's solid.
Lee Kirby, Burn and Burn, Roy Thomas, Wade and Ringo. Yeah, I love the Wade and Ringo stuff.
Yeah.
That's probably the best if you haven't read Fantastic Four before. Hickman stuff is top. That's like the last great run that we've had of Fantastic Four. Yeah, Rodimus. Yeah. You got to get more stuff, Rodimus. Wade and Ringo.
Yeah.
I always recommend. Yeah, I always recommend the Tom DeFalco stuff. All that stuff's getting collected in Epic Collections. So
hopefully,
I've heard the new stuff is actually really solid, Gabe. I forgot the name of the writer.
Ryan North.
Yeah, I've heard the Ryan North stuff is actually really good. So it might be worth checking out.
Is the FF by Miller and Hitch any good?
Yeah,
I didn't like it, but some people do like it. So
it's good. It's not like. It's not like top tier, but it's good because you get some really great Doctor Doom stuff in there, and it really lays the foundation for Jonathan Hickman's run.
There you go.
Okay, cool.
I'm 70 odd issues into the Lee Kirby run, and as a first-time reader, I can confirm that it aged fantastically.
Yeah, man. The big wall that you have against you when you try to read that stuff is just it's very dialogue heavy. It's very prose heavy, so it's not like modern day comics. But if you can get over that, you're in for so much fun. It's a hell of a
once you get into like the 30s of that run, forget it. That's when Kirby is just like knocking it out of the park. That's when you get like as you start getting all the Inhuman stuff and the Galactus trilogy and Black Panther and everything else from there.
Yeah.
Sandman, Midsummer Night's Dream, and The Tempest. Says Lash. Hope I said that right.
You know a book just had just a chokehold on me for the longest time was Fables. We were talking about a book that has moments and stuff like that. And that is a book that keeps delivering moment after moment after moment. And man, certain characters, when they start biting the dust, especially towards the first ending of that book, because it kind of has two endings, around issue 70, it hits you hard because you've built up about 70 issues of this relationship with these characters and how they're awesome and cool. And then when they start biting it, man, oof.
Unrelated to Fable, sorry, but I have to point this out. I always remember where I was when I heard about mermaid incest in Superman Year One. What book are you reading, Arya? What the hell's that?
Superman Year One, apparently.
What is happening in that book? Holy crap. Okay. Let's see. A lot of investors at my LCS, so it's not really fun for me to talk with people there. Oh, I can see that.
Yeah, I know how that is. Those are the people that come in and all they want to talk about is
speculation.
This cover is worth this much money. Can you believe that? This foil cover is so cool. Oh, this first appearance. I'm here because this new first appearance of this random character came out today. Do you have so and so book? You know, they'll call you like right after there's like an announcement and be like, I don't know, but maybe I'm just curious. I kind of just want for my collection like an Iron Man 55. Do you guys have one of those? Like, yeah, because Thanos was announced for Avengers. Yeah, okay, we got one. It's $2,000.
Yeah, wow. I have always heard Wade's and Ringo's run is very good. Waiting for a reprint. Nice.
That thing always runs out of print, dude.
Yeah. Aged better than early Spider-Man, and that was my jam as a kid. I can see that. Gio, I read Vinland Saga Deluxe Volume 1 recently and enjoyed it. Thanks for the recommendation. Hell yeah. Let's go. It just keeps getting better and better. You're going to absolutely love Vinland Saga as you keep going. I love Fables. It's my all-time favorite comic book series. The Wolf Among Us game got me into the comics.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, that game was a lot of fun. Speaking of Wolf Among Us, I'm going to segue here for a minute. Because I have one read. I was talking about it on our chat. Because I was trying to bait Jess into buying the book, but he's not on, so I'll tell all of you instead. I read this book, Black's Myth. This is published by Ahoy Comics, and you follow this character who is a werewolf detective in LA. And her business partner here, teammate, is a half human, half djinn. And they go around solving crime and all that stuff and helping people. And this is a very noir-inspired comic. It's in black and white. Let me show you the art. You can see here. And basically the story is about the werewolf detective and how she has been supposedly targeted for assassination as she's solving a random case. So she's trying to solve why that is happening, and it involves a lot of supernatural aspects. You can see here some violence, werewolf on vampire violence, and it's a lot of fun. If you enjoy things like The Wolf Among Us, the video game, this is like Fables, where it takes characters of mythology, folklore, and stuff like that in a modern setting. So if you like Fables and The Wolf Among Us, I think you'll be right at home with this book, Black's Myth. It is really good. It's not too heavy on the detective stuff. It's not like a Brew Baker book or whatever where you have to really think about what the hell's happening in the case. You can just go in blind and have fun and just follow the adventures as our detective is trying to learn who is trying to get her and all that. And there's some really cool cameos for mythical creatures and stuff. Like that guy, for example, when you find out that demon-looking thing, that was pretty surprising. Originally, this was going to have color, but they liked the inks and stuff so much that they decided to go with the noir feel here with black and white. But you do see some of the coloring in the back as an extra feature, and it's a shame because I like both versions. I think they should put out a colored edition too, because I like it. I like the colors on this one. So yeah, definitely do check this out if you're interested. It's like Fable, but it plays more like, or reads more like Wolf Among Us, where it's heavy on the solving crime and not so much like the glamour of the fantastical creatures. So yeah, that's my very first trade paperback from Ahoy Comics, and I'm surprised. I really enjoyed it. I need to get volume 2 now.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's pretty interesting to see where the comic landscape is going right now. We got a lot of small publishers that are putting out some really quality stuff, and some of these small publishers are even bagging pretty big creators too to write for them.
Oh yeah.
That's
Here's our main character is a werewolf. So yeah.
Well, that's where a lot of it does seem to go, is, you know, independent.
Mm-hmm.
Either, you know, a smaller press company, or their own like Kickstarter, Indiegogo. Like that seems to be Substack for a lot of people.
Yeah, Substack is a big thing. Look at Tiny Onion. Tiny Onion just announced his own production company, and I'm thinking, does that mean comics? Does that mean movies? Video? Like, what are you trying to produce out there. Good for him, though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, I wish I would have subscribed to Hickman's Substack because he's got his own book on there. What's called like 3 Moons or something.
Cool. I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
How much is it?
Hopefully that comes out like mass market sooner or later.
Well, a lot of this stuff that Substack eventually does come out. Snyder's stuff has come out and everything. I think most of the time it comes out through Image, isn't it? Image or Dark Horse. They pick it up and then they put it out.
Typically.
Yeah. I saw this comment. Wanted to mention it real quick.
Back to comments.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Somebody asked about the transition earlier.
Yeah, I always forget. My bad. Sorry. Who bought? Lionheart. I did manage to buy a copy of Ultimate Spider 1 of the new series, the 8 cover.
Nice. Good job. All those new Ultimate books are flying off the shelves. You know, Ultimate Spider-Man 1, Ultimate Spider-Man 2, Black Panther 1.
I need to
We'll
read
see about Ultimate X-Men.
I'm behind. I need to read Ultimate Spider-Man 2. I know it's out. I just haven't sat down with it. I'll probably do it after this.
It's good.
They don't address it, unfortunately. Werewolves dealing with fleas. Sorry.
I think they just turn back to human and then the fur's gone.
Yeah.
And then they take it
That's
back.
what I think as well. Yeah.
God, I'm really excited for that Ultimate X-Men book when that comes out.
Superman.
That one I'm a little wishy-washy on, but I'm willing to give it a chance. I'm not a fan of Peach Momoko's art so much.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I like it.
I mean, it's pretty as like pinups and covers and things like that. But I want to see how she does like storytelling wise and writing wise and stuff like that. So
Superman Year 1 is Frank Miller. One of the few I couldn't finish.
Oh, Year 1. Well, I was thinking of Jeff Johns' Earth 1 for some reason.
I found an article that says, yes, Superman banged a mermaid last week. This was from 2019.
Well, what's that Superman issue? Action Comics. I forgot. I'm going to say it's somewhere in the 300s, but where Darkseid tricks Superman and Big Barda into making an adult film.
What?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, this is pretty cringy. Hold on. I found the panel. You don't see the mermaid stuff, but I found the panel that they're talking about. I think it's this one. So this is from the actual comic where it says here, but first, my sailor man, my Superman, but first, let us frolic. Let us frolic. That impossible voice, that impossible laugh. And he's laughing too. And he kisses her. And all the world is magic. And he touches her. And the seabed shakes. Silence. Sleep without time. And he wakes. And he's alone. And she is gone. Then comes her mind's gentle whisper, still laughing, still mocking. On your feet, soldier. Up and at him. I don't know what's happening there, but good for everybody, I guess.
All right. Somebody really put a lot of thought into those panels. God bless.
Let us frolic. Let us frolic.
Let us frolic.
Well, I need to smoke. Okay.
There's so here it is. Action Comics 593 is the one I'm talking about.
Are you for real? They actually put this. Wow. Yeah. Superman and Big Barda. I mean, hey. You know.
So here you go. Look, Mr. Miracle and Oberon come home to find Darkseid sitting in the living room. He tells them that Big Barda's not home. Dude, that image is literally just Darkseid sitting on this couch. Like what, homie? Like what? Your girl's making films of Superman.
Oh my God. He comes home and it's like I just picture Darkseid sitting on that chair and then just the light comes on. He's just waiting there, like, so where you been? Oh, comics are fun.
Oh yeah.
All right, so he comes home. Darkseid's giving him a videotape. When Mr. Miracle demands answers, Darkseid gives him a videotape. Scott and Oberon watch the videotape, and this is implied. The screen is never actually shown.
Wow.
And are horrified. The adult videotape most likely contains a video of Big Barda being forced to dance in her outfit and pleasure sleaze. Darkseid tells him that his agents intercepted this tape at a store that specializes in the fair. Scott immediately returns and searches for Barda.
God bless John Byrne.
Meanwhile, Sleaze shows the mind-controlled Barda and Superman to an adult film director.
That gets creepy. That's a little creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beta or VHS?
No, I think Betamax. You know, they would go with the superior format of the time. You know,
VC DVD.
What's funny is that the Comics Code approved that, but you couldn't have drug references or like vampires and monsters and stuff. So
look at them sitting on the bed together right here.
Wow. They've got lighting and everything. Wow.
Call that acting? I want
professional.
I want raw, seething emotion.
Wow.
Wow, seething. Okay, that's like.
Oh, he is on the Hey, honey, I'm a Darkseid?
Oh my god.
Why don't you have a seat, buddy? You give him the Chris Hansen.
Yeah. Look at that.
The heck, yeah.
Amazing.
It's a weird chapter in the New Gods history.
Oh man, and it's not just Darkseid. He also brought what's this little dude's name?
Oberon.
He brought Oberon into the picture. No, Oberon. You can sit and watch too.
Well, look at Darkseid. He's just sitting there with like a snifter of like a cognac or something, probably.
The longer I look at this picture, the better it gets.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh no.
Look at the shag carpeting and like the old TV with like
wow.
I don't know, there's probably like an alarm clock on top, maybe with a VCR.
Yeah, what do you think is that's a cognac glass? He's probably, he's probably a cognac man. Maybe a Woodford. Maybe a little.
It's probably just a Hennessy or something. I don't know.
I can see a Hennessy. Yeah. Oh shit! God bless John Byrne.
So go find Action Comics 593, everyone.
That's a grail. What's the asking price on this one right now, Gabe?
Oh, it's probably like a $5 book. It's probably nothing.
Oh, not after this show.
Chris, I ran into Frank Miller outside the Golden Apple in '87. He was tall and lanky, brilliant, and I'm certain as he walked away, his destination was madness. Wow. I was born in '87, Chris, so I didn't want to make you feel old, but yeah.
$4 on mycomicshop.com.
I need to own this.
Do you really?
I really want to own this issue, honestly, just because I think it's so crazy that is Darkseid's plan.
Cable box and TV. That's true.
Next to Imagine Lou, don't forget Quietly's Darkseid rendition in which you can see up his skirt. Yeah, Darkseid's freeballing it there. He's got his stuff right on that couch.
That's the expression of a man who he's got something going on. He has seen the light.
Oh, shit.
This is pretty interesting. Super Laugh Hard says, I wrote an angry letter to Robert Kirkman complaining about The Walking Dead being in black and white. He said it was an artistic choice to avoid problems with too much blood if in color. I called him a coward.
Wow.
Let's go. Good
Brave
job.
words.
You probably were blacklisted from the Skybound directory.
Probably.
Now I subscribe to the color issues. Oh, that's right. They are doing the colored re-release, right?
I think that was more of a budget thing, wasn't it? The whole black and white thing. I never subscribed to the idea. It's like, oh, it's artistic. Is it? I think it's.
I mean, this one was an artistic choice. I could see it. This is like super indie to me, and you're already going with a noir theme, so like, yeah, okay, black and white, sure. But zombie movies are usually in color, except for that one that started it all. He didn't print any of my angry letters. Oh, I can imagine.
Just the thought of Darkseid walking into Mr.
You're
Miracle.
still on that.
Yes, because I can't let this go. Just the thought of Darkseid breaking into Mr. Miracle's home, breaking into the liquor cabinet, pouring himself a glass and just patiently waiting like, I got this.
He just tapping the VHS on his hand like.
Oh man, brilliant.
Larry will rebuy The Walking Dead Deluxe oversized hardcovers in color. I prefer color even in horror.
How are the color editions of those? Is the coloring pretty good?
I don't know if I checked them out. I mean, I like that it was in black and white. I thought it was kind of cool because it was, especially before Walking Dead blew up, like you were kind of in the know. Because some people be like, no, I'm not going to read that. It's black and white. It's dumb. Like for some reason, like black and white equally means less, right? But it being in black and white made it where it was like, not everybody knows about this book. And this is cool. It's something that was kind of just under the radar for a very long time.
Well,
and then it exploded in popularity.
It also fits with Night of the Living Dead because Night of the Living Dead was in black and white.
Yeah,
so it's got a classic feel to it.
There's something about it being in black and white that really just makes it, just helps it out for some reason. It adds something to it.
Have you read that? Have you read that issue 1 again recently, or in the last few years? Because that thing moves. Issue 1 does not fuck around. It does not waste time. From the minute you're in the highway chase, Rick gets gunned down in the hospital. He ends up walking out. That is an issue 1 that hits the ground running.
Him getting shot is like the first, like what, 2 or 3 pages of issue 1?
Yeah, it's quick. It happens really quick.
That whole series was like, that was another one where it was like every issue something happened, right? So you can really be, oh, this is the issue where this happened. This is the issue where that happened, right? Every issue had like an anchor moment, and it just went quick. The things that happened in like one issue of that book would take like 4 or 5 issues today in a mainstream comic.
Yeah.
So speaking of, anybody else read anything interesting or haul anything that they want to show?
No, it was a weak for me.
Okay.
I've just been reading Savage Dragon. I've got the first 40 issues in a row. My run's all kind of broken up trying to fill in the pieces. So I made all the way to the first 40, which is I have a complete run of 1 through 40. I'm missing 41, so I got to wait till I get that before I continue on. So then I skip forward to 250, and I'm trying to get current. So in the meantime, as I try to backfill my run, I'm going to read the current stuff as well.
Nice. I like the more art better than Adler. I mean, Adler is good too. Tony Moore, I thought was great.
I used to own a couple pages of Charlie Adler's Walking Dead.
Oh, really?
I had a couple pages of that for a while. Yeah.
I love Tony Moore's art, but Tony Moore's not a monthly guy. He's never been a monthly guy. He can't keep up with the schedule. It's too much.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. He's got that James Stocco problem where his art is really great, but that monthly grind is just not for him. He did Deadpool for Gary Duggan. That was really good. He did, I think, a good chunk of the Fear Agent stuff, but they were always rotating in. Brian Otley. Was it not? No, it wasn't Ryan Ollie. Was it Otley? No.
I don't think so. It was probably
it was Jerome Pena.
Jerome Pena.
Yeah, it was Jerome Pena, Terry Moore. They kept the rotating artists because those guys could not keep a monthly thing. It's beautiful.
It's Terry Moore Zombie and Charlie Adler Zombie.
Oh, yeah, Moore.
I like Moore too.
Adler gets better as it goes, though. He gets really good, especially
Adler aims for realism, but I like Moore's mix of realism with cartoony character designs.
Yeah. What's Walking Dead #1 go for these days? Because at its height, that book was selling for crazy cash.
I think at 9.8, still around $3,000.
Yeah, but that's not what it was at its peak, right?
Right. I think it's still there though.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. All right. Let's do another transition.
Speaking of, where
Let's
are
see if
my
I can do it.
covers? They might be somewhere else.
We're gonna move on to previews because there's some interesting things in here that a lot of people are excited for. Let me share my screen. There we go. All right. So from Lunar and DC, we are getting a bunch of trades. Where is it? Here's the first big one that a lot of people are
Ooh.
excited for.
Wow.
Batman Beyond, the animated series classic compendium 25th anniversary trade paperback. Fortunately, it's not an omnibus, but I would still get this if you're a fan of the character. And
The compendium's an omnibus, just soft cover.
soft cover, yeah, absolutely. That's a great way to look at it. This collects Batman Beyond Volume 1, 1 through 6, Volume 2, 1 through 24, which has never been collected in its entirety, and a guest appearance in Superman Adventures number 64.
That's awesome. I didn't know this was coming out.
That's a good book to have. You're a fan of the character.
Or if you're not, if you're trying to get into the character or whatever, this is going to be like, this is really good. This is a really good starting point.
I've never read this material, so I can't vouch for it, but we were this close, Gabe, to getting an animated Batman Beyond movie in the style of Spider-Verse. You had people from Spider-Verse.
I saw that, yeah.
Oh my God, and they turned it down. What the fuck?
It hurts my feeling every time, dude. What's their problem?
Did you see the promotion?
I did.
They could do. It looked incredible.
Right.
Yeah.
Or how they were going to do a Batman Beyond movie, but it was going to be based on if Flash was successful, and then Flash box office shit the bed.
Dude, I don't get it. I don't. It's a license to print money. Blade Runner, Batman.
Dude, what's cooler than a futuristic Batman, right? Batman in a futuristic world, right? Another teenage kid picks up the mantle because Batman has a heart attack the first time he puts on his power suit.
Yeah.
And he has to take it over. And Batman's still around, but he's like the guy in the chair for the new Batman. Everything's different. Barbara Gordon is the commissioner of police. There is no Joker. A lot of great stuff that could be going on.
For those of you that don't know the context, real quick, we'll move on. There were some of the heads that created the Spider-Verse movies pitched a Batman Beyond movie to Warner Brothers, and before they even got into the meeting, Warner Brothers said, "Hey, just a heads up, we're not going to approve this." And they released some of the concept art. It looks incredible. Look at this. This is what they wanted the movie to look like. And they turned it down.
Yeah. I don't know what the problem is. Are they prejudiced against Batman Beyond?
If I'm James Gunn, I'm like, when can we start approving this? How much? How much? They're working on the third Spider-Verse. All right. When you're done, we will open up the checkbook.
And give it like a really cool synthwave soundtrack, please.
Oh yeah.
God, yes.
Look at an ink. That's dope.
It'll happen one day. It'll happen.
I can hear the Casio keyboard on this image right now.
Oh, I can already hear just the intro music to the TV show.
Oh.
They could remix it and use it in the trailers and in the movie. That'd be fun.
I really want to see what their Blythe would have looked like.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Also coming out is the Webtoon stuff. We got volume 3s, a bunch of them. The first one here is Batman Wayne Family Adventures, volume 3, collecting episodes 52 to 72 of the popular Webtoon series. Heard a lot of good things about this. Haven't read it yet. Also coming out is...
Go back to the big Barda cover, just so we can imagine her and Superman.
Oh, God. It's a big tat. Tat it up.
Got some guns on it.
Where's the other trade? Green Arrow Volume 1 Reunion. Joshua Williamson's run. Collecting Green Arrow 1 through 6. And Harley Quinn Volume 3 trade paperback from Stephanie Phillips.
You know, Big Barda was the big spoon.
Let's see. Night People. No, that's not DC. Sorry.
Oh, they got what was it? Horror, Terror, Nights of Terror.
No, where?
Go back one more, I think.
Oh yeah, Night Terrors, Terror Titans, collecting Titans, Shazam, Black Adam, Angel Breaker, and Ravager. Still not done with that.
Go ahead.
Also coming out from the webtoons, we got Red Hood Outlaws Volume 1. This collects the first 10 episodes of that series. That's pretty cool that they continue the Red Hood stuff in this format.
Oh, he has a gun too. Wow.
Finally.
He doesn't have tasers.
Let's see. There was
Maybe it
something
shoots
else.
rubber bullets.
Superman Action Comics Volume 1 Rise of Metallo from Philip Kennedy Johnson.
Cool.
This collects lead stories from Action Comics 1051 to 1056. That's a cool cover, though, from Dan Mora.
Dan Moore's the man.
And this is a pretty big release. We are getting the Superman Emperor Joker Deluxe Edition hardcover with 2 covers. We talked about that last week, right? That's a new thing that DC is doing. You can get the standard cover here or the deluxe DM, which I think is the superior cover. This deluxe edition collects Superman 160 to 161, Adventures of Superman 582 to 583, Action Comics 769, 770, Superman Man of Steel 104 and 105, and Superman Emperor Joker number 1 with a brand new cover by Ed McGuinness.
I don't know which one I like better. I don't know. I think this one I like better.
Both are good.
Yeah.
But I like this one just because it's full color.
Yeah. I think because you got the Superboy doing this thing. That's always cool.
Yeah. So, are you fans of this story, chat, or the panel here? You guys read Emperor Joker?
I read pieces of it because I was getting it for the Ed McGuinness art, and he didn't do all the art for it.
That's disappointing. Man, Ed McGuinness's art on that Hulk run. Oh,
His Deadpool one is fantastic.
You remember when Red Hulk was coming out? That was the book to get everybody was like, holy shit, that art is amazing.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, this is pretty cool to see. More deluxe edition hardcovers. That's great. Super Laugh Hard, Blind Buy for me. Nice. Wanna bet that this is deal of the week at our sponsor, Insect Trades?
I believe it.
Oh, and I forgot to mention that the Action Comics Rise of Metallo also has a DM variant cover, the trade paperback.
Ooh, I like that one. That's pretty cool. I like the use of negative space.
You get Dan Mora, and you get this cover done by Steve Beach. Is that how you say it?
It was pretty
It
cool.
says Beach here. Interesting. Has this been collected before in an omnibus?
The Emperor Joker stuff? I don't think so. No,
I don't think so. Yeah.
I want to say there was a trade at one point, maybe. It just sounds familiar to me. I think I've seen a trade of it once. Like, it might not have been the whole thing. It might have just been part of it.
Also, I just found out about this, and I am excited to read this. I hope. I mean, it's a Black Label book, so it will get collected in hardcover. The Batman First Night, number 1. Do you guys know about this one?
No, but if it's Dan Jurgens working on it, you got my interest.
The year is 1939. The world still reeling from the horrors of the First World War, on the brink of tipping into an even more gruesome conflict. Gathering strength in America's darkest corners. Against this backdrop, a series of violent murders has begun in Gotham, and the recent emergence of the mysterious vigilante known as the Batman has the power brokers of the city living in fear of institutional collapse. All of the evidence in the murder investigation defies logic. Perpetrators are all men who died in the electric chair. But when the Batman comes face to face with one of the sickening anomalies, he barely escapes with his life, throwing into question his ability to survive in a world that is brutally evolving around him. Dan Jurgens, Mike Perkins.
Yeah, this sounds pretty cool, man.
Retelling one of his most infamous cases through an acutely modern lens, depicting a world paralyzed by anxiety and a desperate populace crying out for release. I dig it. It has 3 covers.
I like that one.
So good. And this one, it's all right.
Yeah.
Cool, whatever. I like this one because it looks like a pulpy magazine.
Yeah, that's really cool. Although I've never been crazy about the long years Batman. I like the short, stubby ones. That's pretty cool.
And finally, one more trade. Vixen, Volume 4, which I hear is great. This collects episodes 29 to 38 of the Webtoon comic. Again, you guys don't have to get these trades. You can go to Webtoon and read it there. And if you do like it and you want to own it physically, then you go to Instock Trades and you get the trade paperbacks. But there is the option to read it from the app. From the other publishers, we got nothing from Boom and Image and all that stuff. We jumped straight into Marvel Comics. We got Amazing Spider-Man Epic Collection, Secret Tablet, Daredevil Modern Era Epic Collection, Volume 2 Underboss.
Yes, this is a must-get for everybody. This is the start of the Bendis run.
Hell yeah. If you don't have the Omnibus, and if you've never collected this, what are you doing? Come on, guys. We've sung the praises of this run. I don't think we can do anything else. Honestly, if you haven't gotten this, you're just not listening to us at all.
I own this in so many different formats. It's crazy. I'll end up getting this too.
So you get Daredevil Ninja 1 through 3 and 16 to 31 of Daredevil.
Yeah, it kicks off the modern day version of Daredevil, and it's so good that to this day the writers are still referencing this stuff. They pull from this stuff all the time.
There you go. Also coming out, Mighty Marvel Masterworks, Captain America, Volume 3. Cool. We got an omnibus release. This is Moon Knight, Mark Spector omnibus, the DM variant.
What mother? No one told me.
This already came out though, right?
Wait, scroll down. What's the issues in it?
Mark Spector, Moon Knight 35 to 60, Moon Knight Special number 1, Web of Spider-Man 93 and 94, Moon Knight 1 through 4 from 98, the 99 series 1 through 4, Black Panther 20 to 22, material from Marvel Comics Presents 152 to 154.
Stupid. It's not even the Stephen Platt issues. Who cares?
It seems like there's a grab bag of issues that they just threw together, right?
It's what it seems like, because it's definitely not the Stephen Platt stuff. So that cover is a farce. Scroll down, Gio, and you go. There's that green button that says "View all items in the series." Let you know what other omnibuses are out for it.
This one, which came out in 2023.
So that's the first 34 issues of Moon Knight or Mark Spector.
Hold on, give me a minute. Searching for something. Okay, that's weird.
So that's the face of Mr. Miracle watching the tape.
Oh my god!
No.
Huh? Wait. Oh.
And the same reaction from the other guy, and Darkseid's like, yes. Yes. You want me to go back? You want me to reverse it? Okay, this goes backwards.
Backwards and forward. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it all go back inside Superman.
I can see Darkseid being a total dick throughout this whole thing. Oh, brilliant.
Next,
okay.
Imagine
Moon Knight. Okay, there's Moon Knight 35 through 60. Okay, so that's
all of the Platt issues are in that Omni.
Yeah. Okay, I misread that then.
There's only 25 issues, Gabe?
No, there's 60 issues, but
Yeah.
Platt does 55, 56, 59, and 60. Like he skips a couple issues in the middle.
Okay. All right.
Here's the cover. Hold on.
Is this content good? Any worth
No.
it? What do you think?
No. No, it's literally just if you want just eye candy with Stephen Platt art, then yeah. But
this is the regular cover.
Yeah.
Yuck.
And the M one is this.
Yeah, that's the one to get.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna get this, that's the one to get.
And if you're not gonna get Moon Knight, you can get Star Wars Dark Droids D Squad and Star Wars Volume 7 Dark Droids. Strange Academy, The Deadly Field Trip, and X-Men by Dugan Volume 5. Great paperback. Dynamite has Mad Balls versus Garbage Pail Kids. Heavyweights. Fantastic.
I loved both of those growing up.
Hardcover and trade paperback.
Do you guys have the cards?
I had the Garbage Pail Kids cards, but Mad Balls I had the football, which was like a grotesque, like monster looking football.
Yeah. This is a mixture of things. So I'm gonna go through this. All the March manga releases we talked about on the previous stream last Thursday. If you want to check it out. We went over all the stuff that's coming out, so we're not going to cover that here. But there are some books here that are worth mentioning, if I can find them. There we go. BPRD Omnibus Volume 10 from Dark Horse, trade paperback.
Wow, 10 omnibuses.
Bunny versus Monkey and Human Invasion. There you go.
Ooh.
Cactus Kid Battle for Star Rock Mountain. That's actually a dope title. I like that. I don't know what it's about, but I like the title. Bunch of graffiti designs has Dead Man by Kelly Jones, Gallery, variant edition. Fat Cop hardcover from Fantagraphics.
Thank you, NFL dude, for putting that up there.
Thank you. MCD Books, Feeding Ghosts. None of this. All right. Tundra Books. First time I'm hearing of them. They're putting out Golf in hardcover and softcover.
Cool.
Sigma Comics. Here Comes Calico, the ultimate defender of animals.
Dumb.
Okay.
Cool. Johnny Hazard Dailies, hardcover volume 11. This collects 1961 to 1963. I was not alive by that time, so. Judge Dredd Complete Case Files volume 21. And from Dark Horse, we got Marble Queen, trade paperback. Any of this? No. Manga.
How about Meet as Well Cheat graphic novel volume 7?
Might as well cheat. Yeah, that's that's a raunchy comedy series with a dude wearing a Speedo. Mushroom Night, volume 1 from Mad Cave Studios.
Is that about people just taking mushrooms and thinking they're knights?
It might be. No, it's about a mushroom that is a knight. It is.
Follows the adventures of this guy, a sentient bipedal fungus created by a race of woodland gnomes called
this guy is making up words to sound smart. I hate him.
This somebody was on mushrooms when they wrote this.
Yeah.
Interesting. This reminds me, what's the game that's on VR where you play as a little mouse and she has a sword? I can't think of the name right now.
Mouse guard.
Not mouse guard. Anyways, it looks like that VR game. It's on PlayStation and the Quest, Meta Quest or whatever. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if this is good.
Is it Tunic?
No, not Tunic. Wait. VR mouse game. Moss.
Are you
Moss.
just in a maze looking for cheese?
No, Moss. MOSS. That one is fantastic. I really recommend that one. Yes, thank you, Dr. Elevator. I really enjoyed that game.
Moss, por favor.
Yes. You play you're playing yourself, reliving those memories from a book, if I remember correctly, and you check out that story and you control or you help the little mouse as she goes around trying to save her uncle that has been kidnapped or something. And I don't know, it reminded me of that because there's a scene where a giant frog shows up compared to the mouse. So, anyways, moving on. None of this, none of that. Bunch of fan service covers. Smurfs, Volume 4. Sure, okay. No. Oh, Strangers in Paradise, Volume 3 from Abstract Studios. Third Shift Society from Webtoon Comics. Invader Comics, Unknown Caller. I've never heard of Invader Comics in my life. And this one, which a lot of people are excited for, Void Rivals from friend of the show, Robert Kirkman, Volume 1.
As long as it's not Marvel, it's probably going to be pretty good. Oh, Void Rivals was fun. I enjoyed the first few issues I got of that.
So this collects all 6 issues, right? Or the first 6 issues. Sorry, my bad.
I've only read the first issue of this. I need to go back and read this.
This launches the all-new shared universe connected to the Transformers and G.I. Joe. Interesting. So anybody out there that's new, you can read this and be fine as an introduction to the new universe, right?
I mean, I don't remember this getting too much into the Energon universe. I might be wrong. Like I said, I only read the first few issues.
Yeah.
But the first issue is where you get like the start of the Energon universe. Okay. I think from my understanding or from what I remember, it just kind of spins out. But I think there might be more. Transformers and G.I. Joe is in it. Okay, cool.
Oh, is Transformer?
Oh, is
G.I. Joe in it? I don't know. We're gonna have to read on to find out.
For the first issue or two, and then after that, I'm not sure.
So, yeah, if you want to collect that whole universe that's just starting up in trade paperback, you gotta pick up Volume 1.
Whoa.
Okay, and that's about it.
All right.
Solid week.
So if I were to guess, maybe a deal of the week might be Void Rivals, along with what's that Marvel book? Marvel. Where you at, Marvel? Omnibus? Not so sure, but maybe one of the Epic collections. That might get
Epic collections are usually pretty cheap. They're usually about $25 on.
Daredevil will probably be a deal, right?
Oh, whatever it is, it's worth it. Even if you pay full cover price, like that's a great series.
And of course, I suspect that Emperor Joker will be discounted. Deal of the week. Regardless of what happens, you got to visit our sponsor to get all these releases at InStockTrades.com, your home for all things collected editions. You get your omnibus, trade paperback, hardcovers, manga, and so much more for great discounted prices that range from 42 to 50, 75% off. It's a madhouse over there. Go to InStockTrades.com. If you make an order of $50 or more, you get free shipping in the U.S. and loyalty discount adds an extra 2% to your order when you make it on a week-by-week basis. Great packaging, wonderful customer service, only when you visit our sponsor. That's InStockTrades.com. And shout out IST, because at the end of the month, which will be on Monday, the 25th, 3 weeks from now, we will be doing our traditional gift card giveaway valued at $50, open to anybody out there in the world. You just got to show up, hang out with us in the chat. We're going to pick out a winner by the end of that stream. So if you want a shot at that, stick around every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So shout out to InStockTrades.com.
Hell yeah.
Stop sharing. There we go.
Yeah, I need that Daredevil.
Void Rivals from the creator of The Astounding Wolfman. Jess's favorite book. Quiet week for me, which is great because I have some catching up to do. Kirkman is best friends with Jess for sure. Oh, I am certain they're friends. They're besties.
Because I got to get out of here. I don't know if you want to stick around for a few minutes with the chat, but I got to go.
I'm ready to go.
All right, let's call it. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll be back on Wednesday for another comic book stream, and on Thursday for a manga stream. So thank you to the chat. Thank you to our lovely sponsor, InStock Trades. Of course, you can find Gabe Loves 90s Comics here on, he's exclusive to the channel, Mondays and Wednesdays. And of course, Comics Guide is also exclusive to those 2 days. You can usually find me on Mondays and Thursdays here on the Omnibus Collectors Network. Shout out to our sponsor. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody watching later. Let us know in the comment section if you like the episode. Hit the like button on your way out. It really does help out a lot. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's it for now. Stay safe. God bless. Catch you on the next stream.
Good night, everyone.